As part of the Michigan Shoreland Stewardship Program, you'll learn how to identify the 4 zones of your lakefront property. I'm here to help you find your upland zone and explain how it's connected to lake health.
Your upland zone is all of your property that sets back from the lake after the first 35 feet. Start at the top of the lake bank and measure 35 feet back from the lake. This first 35 feet is your buffer zone. Everything else is your upland zone. The shape and size will vary from one property to the next. For many properties, the upland zone will include the house and accessory buildings such as garages, sheds, and barns. Development and maintenance, even in the upland zone, directly influence lake health because this is where most of the impervious surfaces are. This means they are hard surfaces that do not allow water to soak into the ground as it would naturally. More impervious surfaces result in more stormwater. As stormwater runoff flows across the landscape, it picks up pollutants such as fertilizer, sediment, bacteria, and pesticides. If these pollutants reach the lake, they can negatively impact the lake ecosystem, water quality, and public health. To practice good stewardship in your upland zone, think about 3 main concepts: reducing the amount of stormwater runoff your property creates, preventing stormwater from getting to the lake, and reducing or eliminating the source of pollutants that might get into the stormwater. Prior to any development, reevaluate your plans. Minimize impervious surfaces by reducing the footprint of buildings and driveways and keeping them as far from the lake as possible. You can also reduce stormwater by using alternative materials, such as permeable pavements, which allow stormwater to soak into the ground. Keep or replant native trees, shrubs, and flowers to provide habitat and absorb and filter stormwater before it gets to the lake. The more natural vegetation, the better. Do you have any bare areas that erode when it rains? Sometimes all it takes to stabilize these areas is finding the right plant. Even if you have a shady lot, there are options available. Check out the website for a list of recommended native plants. For more challenging erosion problems, you are going to need more than just plants. There are many resources to help you identify the solution that is right for your property. Do you use a storm drain to send stormwater directly to the lake? This creates an easy pathway for pollutants to get to your lake. It is better to collect stormwater and allow it to soak into the ground. A rain garden in your upland zone is a great way to capture stormwater from your driveway and parking area. These gardens can include flowering perennials, shrubs, grasses, and other deep-rooting plants that add both beauty and valuable habitat to your landscape. Lawn care practices are often a source of pollutants in the upland zone. Large, expansive lawns provide very little habitat and generate a lot of stormwater runoff. They are also a source of fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides. Limit the use of pesticides and herbicides to spot treating only when necessary. Even though you may feel you are using them a safe distance from the lake, there is the potential for them to still reach the lake from runoff or through the groundwater. Most soil in Michigan does not need extra phosphorus to support plant growth. The use of fertilizers containing phosphorus for home use was banned in Michigan in 2012 and can only be used under certain circumstances. Pet waste is another source of nutrients and harmful bacteria that is often found on a lawn. It can easily be picked up by stormwater, so do your part and clean up after your pets. An often overlooked source of nutrients are septic systems. If you have a septic system, make sure it is functioning and you are properly maintaining it. Remember, what goes down the drain goes into the septic system and has the potential to leach into the lake, especially if the system is old, failing, or improperly managed. A few indicators that you may have a failing septic system is a very green lawn over your drain field, water backing up in the house, and presence of excess algae at your shoreline. These algae feed on your nutrients that leak out of your system.
Practicing good shoreline stewardship within the upland zone will help protect the health of your lake and your investment. On behalf of Michigan's inland lakes and the people who cherish them, thank you for your stewardship. Find out more information at our website at myshorelandstewards.org.